So we have in Galatians chapter 3, verse 6, it says, "In the same way Abraham believed God and counted him as righteous because of his faith." Verse 7, "The real children of Abraham then are those who put their faith in God." And so we have this thing where we're looking at the blueprint of life. We're looking at the blueprint of life. It says, "In the same way that Abraham believed God and counted him as righteous because of his faith. The real children of Abraham then are those who put their faith in God." And so we have this thing where Abraham believed and was righteous. Abraham came before, although he is the father of ancient Israel, he came before ancient Israel, which lived by the law. He lived by the righteousness of faith, meaning that he was good with God, was blessed with God, had communion, fellowship with God by faith. And he just believed, and it was accounted, righteousness was accounted onto him. And so now this is the example of how we are supposed to live now, by faith, by believing the finished works of Christ, right? That we are now the real children of Abraham. That means that even over the ancient Israel, you see that they are by law and they are technically by blood the seed of Abraham. But it says now the real children of Abraham, right? Because of his faith, right? The real children of Abraham then are those who put their faith in God. And so you have this thing where in verse 1 it says, "O foolish Galatians, who has cast an evil spell on you?" This is crazy to think that anything opposite of by faith, by power of the Holy Spirit, Paul is saying an evil spell, right? Almost like they're entranced and it's got their mind thinking of something different. "For the meaning of Jesus Christ's death was made as clear to you as if you had seen a picture of his death on the cross." That means this is so simple. God has simplified it, made it so plain as day. It's not complex. It's not something that we have to argue about, try to figure out, rack our brains around and toil. So simple, as if you had seen a picture. Almost, if you see a picture, it's almost as if you were there yourself. If you were looking at it, you've seen it. And it's so simple. It's right in front of your faces, right? And he says, let's do verse 2. I was going to skip to verse 3, but verse 2 says, "Let me ask you this one question. Did you receive the Holy Spirit by obeying the law of Moses? Of course not. You received the Spirit because you believed the message you heard about Christ," right? So you got the Holy Spirit, one of the things that Christ died for, by faith, just by believing. And it says in verse 3, "How foolish can you be after starting your new lives in the Spirit? Why are you now trying to become perfect by your own human effort?"